Welcome on to the next edition of Run with Coach Parry. I'm Brad Brown. We've got our running coach Markus van Niekerk with us, and today we are talking about a DNF, did not finish, the dreaded 3 words, particularly around the Comrades Marathon. And I speak from experience. I unfortunately missed a cutoff a few years ago in my first attempt. I've gone back and finished it, but I know exactly how it feels, and it is devastating to the person that it happens to. You feel like you've let everyone down, but the urge to go back is pretty strong, I'm sure. And we've had this question a few times across our various platforms over the last few days, and I thought I'd get Markus on to address it. Markus, welcome back. Nice to touch base once again.
How's it, Brad? Thanks so much.
Markus, it's a great question, and I think it's one that we don't talk about often enough. We often share the successes and what people are doing well and what went right, but the sad reality is for just over, I think it was 13% of the Comrades field in the last edition have a DNF next to their name. So they started the race, but for whatever reason didn't make it to the finish line, or they missed cutoffs along the way. Dealing with a DNF is tough. How does someone approach it going forward? They want to go back next year. Is it a case of right back onto the wagon or onto the horse, so to speak, and start training as hard as you can, or do you need to be sensible about it and build up slowly?
So, Brad, for me, it comes down to, well, the first question I'd ask myself, and that I suggest the listeners do as well, is why? What happened? Were you sufficiently trained and you had some other hiccup on the day? I don't know, whether it was stomach issues or cramps or a slight injury you picked up just before the race. If it's any of those, I'd suggest you need to, well, first out, like I said, figure out what it is, and then you need to address it. So if it was stomach issues, was it based because of nutrition? Was it because you tried something new on race day that you never did in your long runs? Those things obviously play a role. If it was as a result of an injury, those are things that you need to address now in order to, well, once you've recovered fully, to start slowly but surely picking up on your training again. Start maybe working on your shorter, faster distance races in your build up to Comrades. But most importantly is if you have figured out what was the reason for the DNF, is 100%. Make sure that you get to the bottom of it. If it was as a result of your training that wasn't 100%, we've got more than enough different programs on our website, and we have so many success stories. And it would be really unwise not to go to one of those programs. Chat to us in the forum. We'll put you on the right program, and just follow the program. If so many people can do it successfully by just following the program, I'm sure that a big percentage can also do that. Sure, not everyone's always going to finish the race, but just do your homework. Find out what would be the best program for you. Like I said, find out what was your reason for your DNF. But most importantly, if there's something that needs to be changed going forward, change it, but base your findings or base your decision on certain things that you've either found out from us in the forum or from another reliable source. But it's important to have a plan moving forward. And I mean it. I understand, and I agree 100%. For me, it must be super hard to have a DNF, and I'm sure it's something that is not easy dealing with. But fortunately, there's a race every year, and one can change if you learn from your lessons, you can certainly then it's worth having those learning curves.
Yeah, Markus, the post-mortem of the race, I think, is vital, because things went wrong, and that was the reason, or didn't go according to plan, and that was the reason why someone would have a DNF. So analysing what went wrong and looking at what worked is important, but also not then making those same mistakes again. And often we see it and I made this mistake too, Markus, is Comrades is tough, and even if you missed one of the cutoffs, let's say you got to 60 odd Ks or you got to Umlaas Road as an example, it's still, you've run an ultra, and as much as you want to get back on the horse straight away, you do need time to recover, and you need to let your body recover. So even though you want redemption, you do need to back off slightly before you go full tilt back into training for your next Comrades.
Yeah, for me, that's almost the most important part, is if so obviously you did, or something went wrong, or you did something wrong in order to not finish the race. So you need to start the next phase right. And for me, starting the next phase right is giving your body sufficient rest. If you don't give your body sufficient rest, I can guarantee you're not going to have a good build-up, and you might just end up in the same position as you did this year. So giving your body sufficient rest and giving your mind sufficient rest from also just running the whole time. That's very important. So physical and mental break from the activity itself, that's super, super vital.
Absolutely. And as Markus said, we've got Comrades training programs that cover the whole gambit, from a super fast one right the way through to Comrades finishes. We've got a couch to Comrades as well. So if you were fired up by Comrades and you're not active at the moment, that program can get you literally off your couch, get you walking, slowly get you running all the way through to Comrades next year. So if you'd like to check those out, head over to coachparry.com/join. All the details are there, and we look forward to having you on our training platform. Markus, as always, great to catch up. Thanks for your time today, and we look forward to chatting again soon.
Thanks, Brad. Keep well. All the best.